Hello there, people. Maybe I should have drawn that curtain. It's a bit bright, but we can see. Right, a lot of you really enjoyed the last live video that I done, band making and questions. So I'm going to have 20 minutes or so banding. I've got a big list of bands to do, but I'm going to do a bit of banding up now. Talk to you how I do my bands live, so if any mistakes happen, you see them. And you all liked the questions and answers we had last time. Hello, Catapult Hunter, how you doing? So if anybody has any questions, again, we're going to have 20 minutes or so live. Like I say, I've got some bands to make, and I'll have a little chat to you. And yeah, that's it. So just done that 5 order. Hello, Simon. Hello, Chief Boy. Hello, Rico. Any questions about band making? We're going to do a few now live. Anything can happen when we live. Hello, John. Hello, buddy. So if anybody has any band making questions, I'll get them. The smallest size steel you can take game with, L. Dot says. Right, we've got a lot of questions come straight through, so bear with me. The smallest size, you can take them with anything really, it's the speed that matters. As small as I see the lads going is 7 and 8 mil. Of course, 4.5 and 6 mils with the right speed, you could take them, but you want to be careful of... I forgot what I was saying, I just read a message. You want to be careful of not injuring or maiming the game. Hello, Jason Morgan. Hello, Stu. You're still hunting with Ferroband Gold? I'm actually swapping at the moment, Stu. I'm in between shooting Ferroband Gold and GZK. I've actually got a huge order of GZK green on the way, and I will be trying that. But I've still got a soft spot for my Ferroband, but we'll see. I'm on the verge of changing. Gun Bomb morning, John. Ian Montgomery here. Hope you're well. I'm very good, thank you, Ian. Where are you going for Sunday lunch? Rico said somewhere towards the country. I live on the edge of the country in Wales, and you know there's loads of pigeons and squirrels and rabbits all around, so have a bit of lunch and see what it's about. What's the newest catapult for sale, John? Just brought some new budget bashes out. Right, first of all, we'll do a band set now, and then I'll come back to if you had to use your courage to pull your bands back, what's your draw length? Oh, let me think about that one. First of all, it will be hammer grip and a short draw. Right, when I cut my bands, John James Finney says you're the best in the UK. Well, thank you, but there's plenty of other good shooters out there. Right, I cut them 4 at a time when I cut my doubles. I won't be selling double bands for too much longer, to be fair, because a lot of people are going to singles, but we still have a few old school people that want them. So I'll cut 4 at a time. So then you peel them, and they come, and there's 2 in each one of them as well. So all my bands are cut perfect, if you know what I mean. Even if there is human error, I'm not saying there is, but even if it was cut, say, from 15 mil to 20.5 mil instead of 20, all 4 bands would be 20.5 mil. So each one of them. I use a double-ended vise, so when I put the bands in, I have the same pressure on each side of the pouch. I hate using single-sided because you can have different pulling pressure on each side, and it can unbalance the bands. These are the pouches I use. It's a Zulu leather from South Africa. Super strong, minimal stretch, and very lightweight. I'll go for your questions in a minute, gents. What we do is we simply, this is an over the top band set I'm making up now. Pull them through, so they're running flush down the front of the pouch. And I shoot the same bands as I make. They're not, my bands are not no different from the ones I sell. I don't have no special bands or anything. I use exactly the same pouches and bands now. And that one's in there. Again, we roll that. Like I say, if anybody's got any questions, drop them in. I'll look back through and sort them out for you. Drop that in again, so it's running flush and in, and I'll put it in the vise. Now that is not pulled too tight, because you can pull them too tight and overstretch. If you look, there's still a lot of give. You don't want them too tight. Now, there's a lot of talk about how to wrap them on for lightness and how long they last and everything. That is only the bit of Ferroband I'm using. Now what I do is I do 2 wraps without the string. So 1, 2. Now I've lost the string, so bear with me. Right, I've lost the string on the live video, which is not good. So I'll have to make one quickly. That's what happened, didn't it? I'll go for all your questions in a minute, ladies and gentlemen. I can see them coming through. So yeah, first band set on the live video, lost the string. As I said, anything could happen. Right, we'll just use this bit. And as I was saying, that is only thin Ferroband. I will go through all them messages in a minute. I can see them coming. And I just go 1, 2, normal. And then 2 over the string like that, and back through. Now if you look how much TheraBand I've actually used off this now, that is the bit of TheraBand I put on, and that is how it started. So I've probably used, what, 10 or 15 mil of TheraBand. So that's going to be what, 0.00 gram. It will add no weight. What I like to do as well when you do pouches in a double-ended vice is you can put make sure you get exactly the same distance and you get exactly the same stretch. So we do it again, 1, 2, nearly lost the string again then. And then we'll go 2 over. That's how I've always done it, 2 before, 2 under. It's more than strong enough for any band set, and it only uses the minimal bit of wrap and tuck. So it is extremely light. That's that band set done. The pouches, we make all our pouches with special dies, and I've got a big press here. You can't see, it's just out of clip. Here, let's have a look. This is the press to do the pouches. And all the pouches are perfect. Because, well, you can't not do them perfect when you got that. It's impossible to do them wrong. And our band sets, once trimmed, do the sharp pair of scissors to be honest. But again, I've grabbed a different pair. Got enough scissors about for band making. You soon get through them, look. About 10 or 15 pairs of scissors. And trust me, I've picked a blunt pair for the video, but that's how it is. But that is our band set. We have the smallest amount of wrap and tuck each side. It is exactly the same distance from the pouch. The bands are double cut, meaning everything's perfect, and every one you get is the same. That's just how we do them. So right then, we'll have a look at some of these questions, because there's a few. Bear with me a second. John, you're the best shot in the UK, and there's plenty of other good shots in the UK. Catapult Hunter says, I have used PPMG Plus, it fits like a glove. Well, it was designed to do that. What are long-lasting bands that are cheap? MFC Trav says. GZK, a lot of people are saying last long now, but what makes a band set last long depends on how much you have it maxed out, what tape you use, how you store them and look after them, using, you know, just there's loads of different factors into how long they last, and also getting them made well. If you have cheap band sets off somebody, not saying there is any out there, if you get some that's not cut right with little nips and tucks and stuff in, they will fail before, because they've already got a point where they start to fail. Right then. Morning, John. All the best from Cornwall. What pouch tying twine is best? Well, I use this. It's a wax end thread. It's really tough and thin. The thinner it is, I find it pulls back through better. So this little thin stuff is actually really, really strong and does it well. Do you live near the butcher on the corner that does food pies? Rico Gorman says, yeah, I'm literally, I could walk it in 2 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes from my house, I'm right by it. Why do you live near then, Rico? Watched you collecting the naturals. Do you sell them, John? What's the best wood to use? Hazel. I've got a few things on eBay naturals. I only do them now and then. There's a bit of spare time. And it's naturals is probably 5% of the catapults I make. Probably not even that. All woods work. Natural, oak, ash, sycamore. There's loads and loads of different woods. Laburnum, hawthorn. You could go on and on and on using different woods. There's loads of them. Just got another question while I make this band. How long have I been shooting? Young gamer says. For as long as I can remember. I'm 32 now, coming up to 33. Feeling old. No, it's not that old. I feel old though. I remember being 10, 11 years old and my dad taking me out up the lanes, doing a bit of poaching and that. I'd have a little natural ash cup with leather tabs on, and I would be trying, I'm not saying hitting, trying to shoot pigeons and rabbits and whatever else. And I've always been shooting, but recently, the last 10 years, I've took it more serious. I've always had a catapult on me. The last 10 years has been a bit more, you know, with all the target side of things and new elastics and ammo and the catapult world taking off. I've actually been shooting a lot more. Well, I've been shooting for probably 20, 25 years, but only the last 10 years consistently, if you know what I mean. But I've always been around catapults. Just tie this band set up and we'll have a look at another question. So I think we got a fair few. You can see every band set we make is made in exactly the same way. Same distance from the pouch. 2 wraps, then 2 wraps. Every one is identical. You get what you get, same pouch, same elastic. Soon to be stocking GZK green as well. So right, we got a lot of questions. Right, bear with me. Bear with me, people. Any chance for a vid for mounting OTT bands on the frame? Jiffy boy, I have loads of banding up videos in my how-to section. I could cover it again, but it will be on there. Harrison Dodgson, when is the next Catapult tournament that you're in? What I am in. There's one in January, which is the Welsh Warriors. There'll be a big one in Cheltenham, UK, which will be around April. And I'm guessing that the ESF, English Slingshot Federation, will also have a big event in the summertime at Solihull, which is a great event. And there'll also be other shoots in between, like the Welsh Warriors, probably the Riley Rippers will probably do another. So there's plenty of shoots about. Once dates and formats or everything are like set in stone, I'll be sure to mention it in my next episode of the Catapult show, and we'll get to that. Let's have another quick question. What's the best catapult for under £30? Well, for this day and age now, you can actually get a lot for £30. You can get anything from my range for £30. You know, we don't have much over. I think we might have one design that goes up to £34.99. But the majority of our catapults vary from £20 to £30 delivered. That's finished, signed and banded. We also have budget basher catapults, which is £16.99 delivered worldwide. We also have DIY kits, but for £30 now you can get quite a good selection of catapults. You can get some of the simple shot flipping out polycarbonate ones for around that price. I think you can get any slingshot from the Wasp slingshots range. Most multiplex and board cut makers will do your slingshot for under 30. So there's a lot of, you know, for £30 you can get a good catapult this day and age. But the best thing to do is make your own. It's cheaper. And as you can see again, we've got 3 bands we made there, all with the same pouch, all with the same wrap and tuck, all the same distance. So there it is now. So we'll knock that up, and that can be crossed off my catapult list. Right, I need to get in the workshop, so I ain't got long to get stuff done today because we're out. I tend not to work all day on the Sunday, normally finish half day. Excuse me. John, will you be showing us a TTF band set? I've got your PPSG set and the PPMG and the PPMG Plus. They're brilliant. A PPSG Plus would be nice. There's been talks for PPSG Plus for, just mark this off, for a very long time. And because a lot of people like the little tips, the little handle, so it could be reinformed. But the thing is, I don't think I could do a lot different. It would just be like a few mods, so I wouldn't want to bring a new, totally different design out called the PP SG Plus for people to say, oh, it's only got this tiny little tweak, he's doing it for a money-making thing, when simply that's not what we do. If we design it, we want it to at least be quite a bit different from the others, like we have done with the Pocket Poacher series. Right, bear with me. Cypress Phil says, I am making naturals from cypress wood. What is the best fork gap? Cheers. To be honest, I have never heard of cypress wood. I don't know if it's native to the UK or not. That might be why I haven't heard from it. But as long as it's physically strong enough, then it will be perfect. The fork gap really depends on the shooter. The average gap people like in between 70mm and 100mm from the outer to outer. It is preference, because the different fork gap will make a different anchor and reference point when you're shooting. You can check that in our outer aim video if you want to have a look, and you'll understand. Well, I'm guessing 80-90mm with a natural is the go-to, but preference is the main thing. So there you go. Right, 2 and 2 again. I'll have a look for another question in a minute. Let me just make this band set. As I say, we have got a huge parcel of 0.66 GZK green coming. We will be offering GZK green on all of our catapults, all of our DIY kits, and all band sets. No prices will change. All band sets will be exactly the same price as our Ferroband Gold, and all catapults with the elastic on will be the same price. There is no extra cost on it. Right then, bear with me. How long have we been live for? 15 minutes. We'll have another 15 minutes with you. Right then. So many comments. Rico Gorman. I live in Prestatyn. I have a few mates in Mockdra and Colwyn Bay. Well, Mockdra's where I'm from, Rico, mate. Mockdra. Ben Hughes. Hi, John. Think your videos and products are amazing. Watch for years. Can't wait for more unique naturals on eBay. Well, I like making my custom one-offs, like my carved stuff and other stuff like that. It's just I'm so tied up with getting my mass-produced frames out and band sets and stuff and my simple board cuts. Just I don't get much time for free time, and when I do, I don't really want to spend any free time I get back in the workshop, if you know what I mean. So it's a balance between keeping my head on track, earning me keep, and having time out with the family and that when it's needed. It's a bit of a balance. Right. So what country's everybody from then? Let's see where we're all at. Ginek 1981 from Poland. Rob Strung says morning, John. I live in Krakow. Tibor Bore, hi John. Rob Strung, the GZK green is awesome. Catapult Hunter says, what is your favourite catapult? Mine's the PPMG Plus, over the top, and the Raptor. Mine's the TTF PPMG or the PPMG Plus. I'm still switching in between both. What it was, I shot my PPMG Plus at the Cheltenham shoot in April and got a first place and a second place, shooting against 11 different countries and stuff. And when I got back, I'll be totally honest, my bands broke on it, and the catapult I picked up then was the old PPMG, and I shot that for about a month or two before the bands broke, and I just haven't put it down since, because I've got, you know, when you're used to a frame, even though they're very similar frames, the PPMG and the PPMG Plus, I just got used to it. And you know, if you're used to something and you're shooting it well, why swap it? You know, I've proved I can shoot the PPMG Plus, what I've done in Cheltenham. It's not a gimmick frame that doesn't work. I've proved it at the highest level that it can, you know, beat anything. But it is, well, as you know, it's down to the shooter anyway. You can't, I ain't one of these persons to say if you buy the PPMG Plus, you'll win everything, because the shooter's probably 70-80% of it. The frame's probably the other 20%. But yes, that's where I'm on, the original PPMG. I don't know where it is. I've got it about somewhere, I think. I did have it about. I think it's still in the car from last night. Right, so let's see where we are. I've just marked these 2 TTF doubles off my list. Still got about 40 band sets to do, but I won't keep you here that long. Right then, we got loads and loads of questions. Bear with me. So the problem is when you comment live, they fade off the screen and go up. So unless I'm constantly touching the screen like this, I lose them. Right. C. Songor Edgy, when will you sell the GZK green bands? As soon as they turn up, I'll have them done and photographed. I was posted last week direct from China from GZK himself. I think the priority shipping is about a week, so they're due at least, well, definitely the upcoming week. Hi John, full Bulgaria. Hi Marvin. Lilika Dumitru, sorry if I got that wrong. Un grande salute, hey John. Hello, I'm guessing that means. MFC Trav, what's the best ammo? Well, this is the question that nobody can answer, because simply there is no right and wrong answer. Me, I like a 9.5 steel. It's not too heavy, it's not too light. It does the job for targets and hunting. And it's probably at the moment the mostly used ammo. 8mm steel is very close behind it. A lot of people are switching. If things carry on the way they are, probably within another 6 months, 8mm steel could be the go-to ammo for everybody because of the lighter draw, and it's still killing. A lot of the old school people still hunt with 11, 12mm leads and will not recommend anything else, which there is nothing wrong with that. It's a good ammo, but it is really overkill when the likes of, I'm sure you all know Chris Graffin, Catapult Carnage on YouTube. He is absolutely destroying the game population with light draw bands and 8mm steel. So, you know, if anybody says you can't hunt with 8mm steel, they are talking complete balls, because some of the best shots I've seen have been done with it for little light tapered bands, and you know, you just can't knock it. But me personally, I'm a 9.5 man. I'll play about with 8s and stuff, but I am a through and through 9.5mm shooter. And that's it's just what I'm used to. I'd happily shoot with 8s forever if there was no choice. I wouldn't like to go bigger than 9.5. I'll drop down to 8, but you know, that's about where I'm at. Right, just mark this one off my list. It's another one in the box, and then we'll have a look for another question. Bear with me. How long have we been live now? 20 minutes. We'll have another 10 minutes. Should have really shut that curtain, really, shouldn't I? You got the sunlight coming in. Right, I'm sorry if I don't read all your questions out because there's a lot going on here. But I'll try and get through a few of them quick now. Right then, bear with me. One sec. What's the gap between the vice? My gap is it's about 125mm, and that does me anything from pouches from 50mm up to 70mm. I don't do pouches any bigger. I don't do pouches any smaller. So that is the gap. What I use, I've got no need to have an adjustable vice or do any different because it works perfect for both setups. Right, we're getting so many comments. Let's try and get through a lot of these quickly. John Byers says, John, those catapult frames they use for tournaments with the aiming sights on them, do you rate them at all, mate? I don't know exactly what you mean. Like we've all like the more fibre optic sights and the big sights on the side. Personally, I've got nothing against them. The little fibre optic sight is sound. I think once you start going too much, I don't know, it's not for me. I don't even use a fibre optic sight. I either have a little pen line on the band or a little dimp in the fork, or use the fork tip if I'm shooting over the top. That is more than enough for me, but it is each to their own. A little fibre optic sight or a little groove or a mark, I think is absolutely sound. When you start seeing big like things stuck on the side and sticking off like Mickey Mouse ears and all that, that's not for me, but each to their own. Catapult Hunter, get what you mean. Seen on Facebook you're using it, and enjoy your Chinese. I did eat it, it was nice. GZK Black 0.76 draw on a PFS. Nice knock on it. I can imagine the black, from what I'm told, gives a good crack. Tibor Beret, I'm from Sepel in Hungary. Hello there. John James Finney, when's the next mooch video? We're in the process of filming a couple of things. There won't be nothing for another week or two, but we've got videos on plan. Hi John, hope you're okay. How much are your new PPMG Plus, TTF and over the top? They're all on ProShotCatapults.com website or on eBay, and they're around £60 delivered. Andy Brown from Leicester, UK. Hello. John, just brought the PPMG Plus over the top. My arm length is 80. I'm guessing you mean centimetres. What would you say is the best length for me shooting? You need to measure your draw length, which, instead of me explaining it all on this video, look on my how-to section in my how-to section on my YouTube channel, and I have a dedicated video called Getting Your Catapult Draw Left. Check that. But to cut it short, when you pull your bands back, you want to come to your mouth and then have just a little bit of play. You don't want to maxed out right there. You want to maxed out about there, just for when you pull to your anchor point, just to give you that little bit of play, and then you'll be shooting at around 90-95% maxed, and that's what I always recommend. 100% max can be a bit brutal on band life, and also you get a bit of a shake, so I just like a little bit of play. Right, and so many messages. HF Outdoors, hello there. George Luckhurst, will you sell rolls of the green? I sure will. Rob Strong, hello. Dave Ashton from Bolton, the other side of Manchester, not far from me, mate, an hour and a half. I get a lot of my timber and materials from Manchester. North Crashed Buffcraft says, hi Rob Strong, I think you're saying hello to Rob there. Tarmac Demon from Cheshire, Rob Strong divided by 5.5, that's the rule of thumb, mate. St Major Vlogs, hi John, I'm from Korea, well done, thank you very much. North Bushcraft Adventures says, I've tried that but it seems a bit short. If you've tried it and it's a bit short, just add 10mm on, try again, add 10mm, try again, just so you get that little comfort spot. And once you've got it, make a note of it, and that's your draw length for life. Then it won't change unless your arms grow. It will not change. I've got a PPMG and love it. Thank you. Very popular, those PPMGs. Marco Monge, greetings from Spain. Hello. I bet the weather's better over there than it is here. Frosty this morning. Hi, John. What thickness of GZK bands will you be selling? I shoot 9 steels. I'll be starting off with the 0.66 because it's in the middle. It's been recommended to me by several well-known shooters, and it works well with 8s and 9.5s. And it's in the middle. It's the anti-cold. It's fast. It's not too heavy, not too light. It's a good all-rounder, but I'm not saying we won't be stocking others at some point. John, do you recommend 9.5 for hunting? Says Pan Muscars. It's a great hunting ammo, but as long as you've got the right band set, it's more getting the right setup than the right ammo. You know, you could use 7mm, 8mm, 9.5, 12mm leads. They all work for hunting, but they're all absolutely pointless unless you've got the right band set to launch the ammo at the speed it requires to kill the game. So it's alright saying I'll use this ammo or that ammo. You need the right setup for the ammo, or the ammo is effectively not going to do its job. But 9.5 is what I use. I had a kill outright last night with it. I've killed loads over the years. It is a good one. Precise Gen 3.5, any good? I can't say I've shot that one. I've shot some Precise bands in the past, and I like them. When you're showing the PPHG, John, HF Outdoors, and I've got a brass one, a bronze one and an aluminium on my shelf there. That's another video I need to do. I will do it as and when I can. I'm just so busy, but there is a video, and I've got a number 1 in bronze to give away. Maxter 2000, hi John, hello there. Kai Lemke, hello. James John Finney, what's the accuratest bands you sell? It's all down to the shooter, how accurate they are, pal. You know, there's no such thing, as I said earlier, about having an accurate band set. You can set up the way I think you can make it accurate is to set it up and make sure it's balanced and made right. You know, as in the same amount of wraps, a nice even pouch, bands that are cut right, and then the other 90% of it is down to the shooter. Obviously, if you give a shooter a poor band set which is unbalanced, it is going to start throwing shots off. But as long as the shooter's got a good band set, then the rest of it is down to the shooter. What size ammo do you use for competition? Max Taser 2000. I use 9.5 steels for the simple reason it gives me a bigger kill area on the target, on the spinners. A lot of people are using 8s. It's a bit hard to explain, but I'll do it quickly here. If you've got a 40mm spinner there and you're shooting an 8mm, you can miss the target by 7.5mm and still clip it with the 0.5mm and get a point. Excuse me. Whereas if you're shooting a 9.5mm ammo, you can effectively miss the target by 9mm and still clip it. So the bigger the ammo you can shoot, up to 9.5 is the rules and regulations, the biggest. But the bigger the ammo, the bigger it makes your targets. And I know you might not say 5mm, because it is 5mm difference from an 8 to from a 7 to a 9.5, sorry, round the target when you draw around it. I actually had some good chats with this with my teammates on the group, and we actually drawed all the targets out, how big that it makes them, using different ammos, and you can add 5mm all around your target by using a 9.5. Now 5mm might not seem a lot, but you shoot at 10 metre against loads of top shots and their targets say 40mm, and you're making yours effectively 45mm by using the bigger ammo. It makes a damn lot of difference. Hello from Lenovo, Nuriong Filiana. Hello. Scientist Elfie Frumi, sorry, hello. Double tapered Ferroband Gold 27 to 23 using 9.5. Is that a good setup? It's very overkill, that is. Pan Muscars. It's don't get me wrong, it'll do the job if you're just hunting, it will take anything down, but it's a double 27-23s on 9.5 ammo. That's a pokey band for a little ammo. Brought a new PPMG Plus over the top, John. What bands came with it? A lot thinner than I'm using. This is a thing we're having with Pete now. Pete Hogan, we get this done now, so I keep getting pestered about the bands that come with my aluminium ones. What it is, Pete Hogan runs Pro Shot Catapults. Make some bands while I'm talking, because I ain't going to get no work done. And he's commissioned to make all my aluminium, brass and bronze catapults. He sells them, I have nothing to do with it. They're all noted down, numbered. I get my commission at the end of the month. Pete buys these bands off a different supplier. I know who they are, I ain't going to be saying any names. They're great brands, nothing wrong with the bands, but they're not mine. So a lot of people think when they buy them, they're going to get my bands. He uses eSupplier. I have been talking to Pete, because it keeps getting brought up. Even though there's nothing wrong with the bands he supplies, I'm not saying that in any way at all. Might be just on the Gamekeeper Catapults that come from ProShot website. They might soon be coming with my band sets. Just the Gamekeeper ones, just so you know, you get a Gamekeeper one. Because my bands are, you know, a lot of people who buy my stuff are constantly buying my bands, and I get asked all the time, John, I brought one of your metal catapults, but why have I got this little pouch? Why aren't these your bands? Why are they attached like that? And like I say, there's nothing wrong with the bands. They're as well made as any. It's a very respected band maker, and they are spot on bands. It's just that they're not mine. So me and Pete have been talking about the Gamekeeper catapults that he supplies from me, stocking up on my bands just for my designs. But so yeah, that's that. Right, oh, drop me string. I'll just tie this one up. We'll have a look for some more questions. We've been live for half an hour. Time flies when you're having fun, eh? Just knock this one up. If you want to see more live videos, let us know. I've done one with my old man the other day, and it went down really well. If you're watching this and you're worried about missing any other, hit the bell icon, and well, yeah, you won't miss another again. So we'll just have a look for some more questions, because they're still coming. Right then. John James Finney, I'm off. Have a good day. You too, Mash. Have a good one. Koshar Jar, hello sir. HF Outdoors, where's your dad today, John? He'll be at home. He actually lives down the Midlands, where I'm originally from, and I moved up North Wales, so I live about 130 mile away from my dad. I see him often, like we visit each other. I'm down there all the time when he's up, but he's not up to all that often. MC Trav, do you hunt with an air rifle? No, I've got one. A 2.2, nothing special, it's decent, it does the job. I've used it to smash a few rats what come in the garden, but I'd never take it out. I'd rather take a catapult. It's more satisfying for me. It fits in my pocket, and it's silent to an extent. Is AK-47 good for long distance shooting? An AK-47, no, it wouldn't kill a thing. Definitely wouldn't recommend getting one of them. Catapult all day long. John, if you're going on a survival for 5 days, 3 things you would take. For 5 days? Oh, that's a good question, that. Just make some bands while I think about that one. I would probably, I'd like to say I'd take a catapult. Well, I'd have to, because I could get my food, but in fairness, you'd run out of ammo, and your bands might break, and it'll be much better, providing there's somewhere to fish, to take something like some fishing line and a hook, because then you could fish off the same hook and line. I could probably set some snares. But a catapult would be a good thing. Obviously, you'd find your water there. I'd need a flint or a lighter. If you drop me in the middle of nowhere with just a lighter, I'm pretty sure I could find my food one way or another. I could survive, and I'd keep warm, and I'd build my own hut. So fire being the most important thing. It cooks your food, purifies your water. So fire's one. Some fishing line and hooks. So like I say, with a fishing line you can set snares, traps, fish. I could build my own shell. So with some fire, or something to light a fire, some fishing line and hooks, I can find my bait, catch all my food, cook it, stay warm, build a shelter. But there's probably loads of other things. Phone would be nice, but my battery would go, wouldn't it? But yeah, 5 days seems a lot, but it's actually not that long, as long as you've got water and it's not minus temperatures. You'd only need water. You could survive for 5 days, providing it doesn't get freezing. But yeah, I'll have a look at some other questions now. So we'll be live for 35 minutes. We'll call it a day soon. We're going to try and go live once a week or something, because I enjoy talking to you, and people can learn a little bit. It's all good, isn't it? I've also got to get in the workshop. I've got a couple hours of sanding to get done. Alright, bear with me, bear with me. How do you hit all the time? IDK says, nobody hits all the time, pal. We all miss. Catty, knife and fishing gear would be mine. Yeah, knife's a good one. Didn't think of a knife. I've got a pot on. We're stripping bark with knife and a natural. And yep, you think you can guess what happened? I had 2 stitches, but another 2 weeks and I'm shooting again. I cut the inside of my thigh. I've got a nasty cut on about 12 stitches. This is going back about 6-7 years. I was carving on my lap with a Stanley knife like that, and I've slipped, and the Stanley knife's gone straight through my thigh. It was only a flesh wound, but it was about that deep and about that wide. It opened up like a big... Yeah, I ain't going to say it, but you know what I mean. Luckily, it was only a flesh wound. Could have been bad. Best setup fronting with ferroband gold ammo, 10mm steel. Well, 10mm steel is not far from a 9.5 at all, and 30-20 is what I've been using for a long time, hunting, killing and winning trophies with. It's got to be 30-20. What's your suggestion then? 9.5 for hunting. I'll be using ferroband gold. What thickness, double or single? So I always say 30-20 ferroband gold works great with 9.5. That's been my setup for so long. How many bands do you make a day, mate? Your head must be done in. It is. I'll make at least, I don't know. Today's list is about 60, but that was Saturdays and this morning's. You're looking, I make bands like every 2 days, and it's normally in between 60, 70, and sometimes it can be 110, 120, 130. But they are to go on Catapults, DIY kits and bands as well. You know, it's not been out the ordinary when we put a new video on and we get a lot of traffic over from our channel to sell 100 band sets for our eBay shop in a day. It's, you know, it's happened many a times. We do sell a huge amount of bands. But it could be worse, could it? It's warm. I'm sat in here in my office. I get to watch my phone, and what I normally do is I'm here making bands. I watch all my hunting videos, all my fishing videos. I just get to sit here eating chocolate biscuits and making bands. So it could be worse, couldn't it? Can be a bit of a head mess, but... you know, I could be doing other stuff. Is there any info now? Is the IDK says, is there any info how to hit more shots? Practice. Or make this target bigger, then you'll hit more. Practice is the main thing. John, I want the horse hoof natty, please. Will you make one, and how much? When I make them, I only do them every now and then, and I go on eBay. I've got about 10 U-forks I've had seasoning for several months on my boiler, and I'll probably twist an horse's foot out one more before Christmas, and it will be on eBay, and I'll post a link to it. I get asked every week, people wanting them, so what I do is I just make one, put it on eBay, and may the best man win it. It gives everybody a fair chance, but I'll only be doing one more this year. I don't do them that often at all. Man of Kentornet, hello from Maidstone. Wales is the place to be, lovely countryside, says Lord Caesar. Do you have any information on how to hit more? Make your target bigger and practice, that's all I can say. HF Outdoors, I'm off to make myself a catty. Have a good day, John. You too. I'm eating some pickled onion monster munch with a latte. Lovely. You can see my bone from the Catapult Hunter says. Band life on ferroband gold 30-20. Depends how much you draw them back and how you store. I'm getting at least a couple 100 shots. Enjoy the rest of your day, John Byers said. Jason Gilbert, just right. Where's the tin of Stella? Jason, I've hardly drunk in ages. I done sober October. Well, I never actually had a drink in October. We went on a fishing trip the middle of October. I had a few beers on the fishing trip. I never drunk in October. I think I've touched 2 pints in November, so I've hardly touched any drinks in the last 6 weeks. Been in the gym, drinking smoothies and trying to do something. The Christmas period will be different now. Right, Maxter2000 says, I brought a Gamekeeper PP TTF from you. I guess you banded it up. If it was brought from me and banded, then yep. And it rocks. It's real light, but shoots better than all my other frames. Also got the PPMG Plus from Pro Shot in aluminium. Can't get that right. Each to their own. You know, not every frame suits everybody. That's why I always advise people, never spend loads of money at first. Try and make it a natural. Have a play around, because you could spend loads on a frame and it might not suit you. Right then, we're at greetings from Germany, says Flederet. Right, we'll make a couple of bands, another 5 minutes, then we'll get out of here. You not hunting, Adrian says, yes, I'm doing a bit now. There's ferrets to feed and dogs to feed. I did like rabbits and pigeons. I won't be touching stuff like pheasants and ducks and that. It's my hunting now will be rabbits, pigeons, squirrels and stuff, and well, that's where I am. So yeah, nearly 40 minutes we've been live. So any more questions, I'm going to wrap this up in a minute. So I'm going to finish a few of these band sets, and I've got to get my ass in the garage. 5 minutes catch box time. for Rob Strong. Might have a few shots myself, you know. Where can I get a good ammo pouch? MC Trav says. Well, loads of people sell good bands, but of course I'll recommend mine. You get them from my website or my eBay shop. Links should be automatically put in the description of this video. What ammo pouch do you use? I use these. They're very soft and light. They're my own pouches. 70mm by 20s are the go-to, but we got smaller ones. They're all done by Pouch Die to make sure they're right. Any more questions before we wrap up? Going once. Oh, we got one coming for it. What's the longest distance hit while plinking? We've done loads in the past. I don't know if you mean hunting or targets, but quite often we mess about with the lads and we'll put a chalk disc up or, you know, a spinner up and we'll shoot it from 50, 60, 70 metre. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of misses involved, but every now and then somebody will dink it. I'm sure I've done shots to over 100 metre in the past as well, but obviously you don't get them first hit. There's not a person on the planet who can put targets that distance and hit them every time, but it's good fun just to get the elevation of the balls and try. If you know, you can put a target at 200 metre. If you can physically reach it, you can physically hit it. That's what I say. Whether it takes 1 shot or 1,000 shots is different, isn't it? Right, 3 band sets there I've got to mark off. So yeah, as long as the ammo will reach it, you can hit it. It just depends on if you want to stand there all day shooting it. Some people do, some people don't. I use 10mm steel ammo, 30-20mm. Is it good for hunting? Yes, that is perfect. What do you think of kangaroo pouches? They are great. There was a big phase about roo pouches a couple of years ago and they just seem to phase out. MC Trav, how do you carry your, or MFC Trav, how do you carry your ammo while hunting? I normally put it in my pocket. If I'm going hunting and only hunting, I only ever take 10 or 20 balls out. I never tend to get more shots than that off hunting. Like most of the time if I'm out on the hunt, you might have 2 or 3 shots. I only take them when they're well placed, and the type of game by me, you only get 1 chance, then it's long gone. That's if you can get close enough. Does pheasant taste like chicken? I'm determined to find out. It's a lot more gamier, and by that I mean, you know, richer in meat, but it is a nice meat. It depends how you cook it as well. Oh, I nearly ended you down. Your product possible to sell Asia and Nepal also, Johnson. Maga Vlog say, yep, on our website www.gamekeeper-catapults.co.uk we give free worldwide shipping on everything. It's a new thing we brought out last month. It doesn't matter what you order, how big or how little it is. Sorry, I keep getting loads of messages come down on my phone now, on my other chats. It doesn't matter how small or how big your order is, we cover the cost of shipping worldwide. So you can be the other side of the world and buy a band set and I'll give you free shipping. It's just a new thing we've put out there. And it's working because we ship into all 4 corners of the globe now. Do you recommend the caliper release for shooting, hunting? It's each to their own with a released thing, but it's, you know, horses for courses. Adrian 1979, salute from Romania. Hello, my friend. Is it worth putting talcum powder or armour on all the bands for storage? It does help, but in all fairness, you know, the price of a band set and how long they last, you might as well just shoot one and, you know, when it goes, put another on. Pan Muskars, very generous with your answers, thanks. Do you ever use grip tape on your catapults? I did at one point when the competitions, we used to have competitions in like the beginning of spring and the end of autumn and that, outside on pub car parks and stuff and in like big units, and it was freezing, so I did then, but now the competitions are inside. I don't bother wrapping them up. And like I say, if I'm hunting out in the cold, I only ever have a couple of shots anyway, so a cold catapult or anything like that really bears no relevance to me now. It's I just get on with it. Right, I'll make a couple more band sets and then we will be getting out of here. Didn't know you had ferrets. Love ferreting myself. Watched you and John Palfrey doing a ferreting video years ago. And Palfrey's 2 white ones. Yeah, it was a good ferret. Unfortunately, he lost the big old. He was called Hobson. And that ferret was almost like a terrier. It would, not only would it drive anything out, he would go bushing, he'd smell the holes, and when he thought the hole was right, he'd be down and have it. You know, I've never seen a ferret work like him. Bless him. He had a good life, good ferreting life, then he retired and became a pet for a bit, and just died of old age. But he was a one-off. I know people say, oh, you know, my ferret this or this was, you never replace that, but this was just like a terrier and a ferret and a hunter and everything all in one. You could take him out on your own, and if there was rabbits underground, he would send them out. There's, you know, he knew there was there. He was a really good ferret, very tame and friendly as well. In the end, my little ones would often play with him, and that when he went into work mode, he knew exactly what he was for. So we got no messages come up for a bit, so we will be ending it in 5 unless we get a question. In 4, in 3, in 2, in 1. Right, I'm out of here. Hope you all have a good one, lads. Got to work out how to end this video now. I'll go live again next week and have a chat with you for a bit. I don't know how to end the video. That's it. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yes, right. I'm out of here. I'll catch you all soon, lads. You all have a good Sunday and shoot